Your
Yeah.
stuff is important, and having a young person like you, put their heart into something that you see a greater good. I mean, it must be
Yeah.
fun to know you're working on something that's a little bigger than you.
It is. It's a big deal actually because like we were saying, I started in fashion and I'll always love fashion, but at the end of the day it's nice to do something that you feel like is actually really helping people
Mm.
and changing the way that we communicate with each other.
Well,
We're moving from not just being consumers anymore to being sharers, and
mhm.
that's exciting.
And you're
And the
doing it
internet is
yourself.
helping
I
us
mean,
do that.
you and your partner. I mean, it doesn't take a Fortune 500 company, right? It just takes
Yeah.
a young person like you and a website and getting some expertise to help develop that. And I mean, they're powerful words when you say that you're doing something you think is important in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
how many people getting out of your school can say that?
I hope I hope everybody, I
Yeah.
hope everyone's trying, right? That's
Yeah, we all
to be the
try.
change we see.
And to me, I'm sure you're working harder now than you are than if you had a normal job in the fashion industry. You do what you're told and work extra. Now
Yeah,
you must be
that's
thinking about this 24 hours a day, right?
yeah. When you set your own hours, you tend at least I find that means that you're just working all the time.
Right. But well, to me, there's nothing better in life than to give. So you have
It's true.
something that you feel you could give as hard as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to go to meetings to figure it out or worry about the politics of a large organization because you're pouring your heart out every day.
It's true. It's true. It's an interesting way to put it. It's incredibly gratifying in that sense.
Yeah, and that's why it's not work. Everybody says, "Oh, I want an easy job." Well, that's only for a job you hate. A job you love,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's not really a job, right? It's just something you do because you love it.
Exactly. No, and I think we are all artists like that in some way. And the trick is
I do too.
finding, what that art is. And if it's something a little bigger than you, wow, like you found something that this is important to bring neighborhoods together. What could be better than that? I mean, you're like the Pope running around, right?
Oh man. I don't know.
But I mean, we all have different talents. So I mean, you're using your talents to something bigger than you, to make it happen. And that's why I think with the internet and stuff that's available now for the average person is able to do it like you, right?
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. The
Yeah.
internet has definitely enabled a lot of people to change the world, people that wouldn't have had the chance otherwise.
Yeah.
So, it can, the internet's interesting, right? We were saying how, in one way, for a long time, it brought everyone so much further apart.
Mm.
Everything was anonymous, there's all this
Right.
online bullying. But I think now we've turned a corner and we're using it to bring people closer together.
Yes. Well, we're figuring
Yeah.
it out. Like people like you are figuring it out. How to get neighbors to share what they have, and to create a place for that. I mean, theoretically, you could do it. Knock on all the doors and see who has a sewing machine. But
Yeah. Exactly. That's the thing is it's creating the platform to be
right.
able to communicate with one
Mm-hmm.
another, and that's what's important.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, like you said, what are you going to do? Go door to door, flyer
Exactly.
the neighborhood? I mean, it's too much
Right.
work.
And you did it. Well, it's fun to see a young person like you starting out in their career with something that you really have your heart into, and could give the rest of us so much of yourself, and share yourself like that, which I think there's not, it's sort of like a personal relationship. I mean, don't you want somebody you could just love the hell out of?
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, and it's definitely a lot easier to tell people about it. And it's funny. It's like you use the term marketing, but I don't really feel that way because it's
Absolutely.
more like helping and
Absolutely. Oh,
letting people in on
yeah,
something
I'm
good for
probably
them.
could be classified as one of the biggest hucksters in the United States, with all my infomercials. But I do not consider any of that marketing. I could never be a salesman. I figure, I feel
Yeah,
it's
because if you don't
education.
need it, I'm not going to sell it to you,
Exactly
right?
right. It's education.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah, and that's when
Yeah.
I said that to my wife once, having dinner with friends, and she looked at me. I said, I don't sell. I mean, graduating from college like you, I said, I could never be a salesman. That's just the worst thing in the book. And now, but no, this is
Yeah.
not selling. If you find something that's in your heart, then your mission in life is to get that to people in any reasonable way. Yeah, and it's not selling.
Yeah,
The people
exactly.
who are convincing you that who you really don't need it are or the salesman.
Yeah, exactly. You can take some of that stuff that you, I guess, were sold and put it up on
Right,
rental, right?
exactly. Now, this is a way to get rid of some of that guilt for buying that stuff you really didn't need and getting more use out of it in the community. Right. Well, it's nice to talk philosophy with you, Noah, and I'm glad you're there doing it and sharing your heart with the rest of us, because that will now, at least I feel, I know this will really happen in a big way for you because your heart's in it. Everything's a pain in the ass in life, so the only way to get through the hard part is to have your heart in it. Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
it. Oh, wait a minute. Let's something. Rentable.com. Here to go to salesman again. Rentable, rentable.com, and put in
Yes.
rent a beta, RENTABETA. Right.
Yeah. There you go.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Noah. Talk to you soon. Well, actually, I hope not. We've
Thank
done
you.
this 3 times.